Welcome to a Delco Nerd Network podcast. I am your host, Anthony Ragucci, and here with a few friends in the Delaware County area. We get in a basement and we talk about a certain topic. Today's topic, we're going to be reacting and discussing the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase from the non-E3 E3 2022. Here to discuss, as always, the triple threat, Chris Trio.
What is going on, guys? Gooch, who else do we got here?
The cream to DNN's Oreo.
Ooh. I wouldn't have put it that way, but I
You
like
know him. You love him. Matt Penza.
Yo, what is up?
Thanks
for
for
having
coming.
me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on.
Guys, where are we getting into? We're getting into what we're playing first, right, as usual?
Yeah, we're going to get into what we're playing, and then we're going to talk over the 95, I guess it was like hour and a half long showcase to kind of, I guess, culminate Summer Games Fest, E3, non-E3, whatever the hell we're calling it this year, E3 thing.
It's E3 time without E3, basically.
It's E3 time without the name.
Yeah.
Was that an official Summer Games Fest?
I don't know, but
They just do it as- they just-
clearly they are aware.
Yeah.
They just did it
Right,
at the same time.
you know, and they're just going to be like, all right, we're going to do it the weekend that we usually do it if it was like an actual press
and Summer
conference.
Sure.
Game Fest didn't have anything going on right now.
Huh.
Or else it would have been a big FU to Summer Game Fest.
When does E3 usually happen? July?
This
Or
week.
It does happen this week
Yeah,
usually?
it's like the first or second week of June.
Of June. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So, Matt, you're our guest. What have you been playing, watching, doing? What's going on?
Kind of in a bit of a lull gameplay wise. I'm just playing some MLB The Show. Like as I, catch up on some shows like Obi-Wan I'm watching, which I'm enjoying. Miss Marvel started. I really enjoyed that first episode. Yeah, and pretty much, like I said, I'm in a lull for games currently. I need to go
Need
into my
something to
back.
sink
I
your
need to go
teeth
into my
into.
backlog,
Gotta dip
but
in its
like
backlog
I
season.
never go into it. It's
Yeah,
a
I've been
shame.
making my way through too. It's tough.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Trio.
Well, Gooch, I don't think we've had a podcast since, but I now am a proud owner of a PS5,
Yes, sir.
which has been
Congrats.
fun.
True. If you've
so
been
I've
in the
playing-
Discord, you
I
know
have been.
about the journey.
So I've been playing Ratchet and Clank, of course. Looks gorgeous. Such a fun game. That you can't beat a platformer like that game. Even like Crash Bandicoot, all these other stuff. They just do it in such a cool way that it's so much fun to play.
Performance RTX, right?
Yep.
That's the,
Yeah. It looks nice. I've been playing it on a
when you
big
switch
screen.
it to that. Oh my god,
Dude,
it looks unbelievable.
It's sweet. But what else? I've been playing Deathloop a little bit. I got that. Replaying Spider-Man a bit. I was saying this in the Discord. It's this weird uncanny valley thing of playing with this new Spider-Man face. It really is. Like, I don't think the face looks bad or anything like that, but it would be like watching a movie over again that you've seen multiple times, but you replace Robert De Niro in like Goodfellas with someone else. You know what I mean? It's very jarring. Not nearly as jarring as I found like him being in Miles Morales to be, because I guess those were new scenes. But that's been a lot of fun. It's just been a great time to explore my PlayStation a little bit. Love the controller. I don't find the adaptive triggers to be as like cool as I was expecting. I don't know. Like even in Ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, the novelty
I don't
kind of
feel
goes
it
away.
kind of goes away. I do think it's cool when you feel like the thwip of the web when you're swinging and stuff like that.
Returnal does a good job with the rain.
And
Yes,
you really
you
kind
can
of feel it.
feel
Dude,
it,
you can
yeah.
and I
feel
do.
it.
I will
That
say
was like the first time I was like, oh my
in
god.
Ghost when you're like on your horse and you're
it's
going
cool.
over grass versus like cobblestone and stuff like that, you feel it.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I will say that there's some cool stuff like that. But yeah, man, just playing a ton of that. Watch the first 4 episodes of The Boys. That show is just they know what they're doing.
There's
They
just
really
too
do.
Too much going on.
There
right
really
now.
is too much. I
haven't
didn't start
started.
Miss Marvel yet. I've been wanting to. Of course, Obi-Wan. We'll have a hot take on that in the next 2 weeks, probably when it ends. And that's mostly it for sure. I've been playing Gooch's favorite game ever again too, as well.
Thief.
Yep. Genuinely, I don't care what Gooch says. If I want a
Yeah,
good stealth
Thief,
game, like
okay.
a hardcore stealth game where the whole point of it is to not get caught, I play Thief. And it's pretty.
Yeah, interesting choice for sure.
But yeah, that's really it, Gooch. That's all I've been up to. What about you?
I saw my favorite movie of the year, which we didn't review, which is kind of unfortunate.
I was
Oh,
so
you guys
sad.
didn't review it?
We
we
didn't.
just-
it
it-
fell at a hard time.
Yeah.
I was
we,
away.
We were taking we were gonna take 2 weeks off, and it's just it just didn't line up. It's fine.
and I was getting ready to leave for
Go see
vacation.
Top
I
Gun.
still haven't
Go see
seen
Top
it.
Gun Maverick.
Easy.
It's like the fucking greatest
know.
film ever. It's better than the first one, and then I rewatched the first one. The
Yeah,
night
absolutely.
before seeing
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick. But if you're in the Discord, which you can join in the description of this podcast, I got the Wolfenstein 2 Platinum, baby. You're sitting down with a god right now. Somebody who is in the 0.1% of humanity.
Or, of psychopaths, maybe. I don't know. I'm kidding. But no, that's commitment.
Took me 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know how many attempts. Definitely lost count. But it was once I got past this like halfway point in the game, there's this courthouse level, and it's like, it's insane. There's a lot of enemies. It's really hard, and you have none of your equipment. Like it's like a set piece, and then you like go back to the rest of the game.
Sure.
And that part is like, this is where once you get past this part, not the game becomes considerably easier, but it is easier.
Sure.
Because you have all your upgrades at this point, most of them.
Absolutely.
And you're kind of set. You just need to do it. It's just about execution, and by this point, I feel like in the run, you understand what you're doing. In the beginning, there's lots of like stupid ways you can die, and most of my deaths were probably in the first half of the, or not. Well, yeah, they were in the first half of the game, but most of my deaths were like in the first like quarter of the game. Just like stupid shit. It's like, fuck, or like I'm rushing. I'm not thinking about it, but yeah, I'm glad I'm done with it.
Love it.
One of the worst games I've played in a while.
That sucks to hear. Oh, man.
And, and speaking about backlog season, I started Dead Space 3 and Greedfall. Dead Space 3 on backwards compat on the Series X, and then Greedfall on PS5.
Yep.
Greedfall is just like your Eurojank RPG. It's
like a pirate. Isn't it like piratey
You're a
or
colonist.
something? Okay.
You're a colonist.
The world is cool, but the gameplay just wasn't. I didn't enjoy the gameplay.
I'm having a good time with it. It's a little difficult, but I'm finally kind of getting.
I think
over
a sequel
that
could be really
curve.
Cool. Like the iron things
they
out.
are. Yeah, they announced it. I didn't watch the trailer yet, but Dead Space 3 is also a very interesting title.
How's the co-op?
The co-op is good. I think it makes the game more enjoyable, but they clearly lost their way with that one. They was
the guy who's making Calypso? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Was he on that one?
Was he on that one?
I think.
Okay.
Glenn Schofield,
the original creator.
Yeah, like I think a good amount of people from the team were from Dead Space.
Well,
right?
No, we're saying like I meant for who made Dead Space 3. Like, was he still on the team at that point?
I'll say yeah.
I would assume so, but I don't know.
And that's like, it's 2013 EA. I feel like EA's bullshit is at its height. And
no, absolutely.
You clearly see that with Dead Space 3, and then Mass Effect. I think the year before that, with the Javik DLC, you saw that bullshit in the multiplayer. Like it's all there.
It's nuts, really, truly, to think about back to that time where story DLCs were really just kept from you like that. If you didn't want to pay, like that, the Javik thing in Mass Effect 3 still blows my mind. That you can get what are they called again? His species?
Prothean.
A Prothean. This insanely interesting and very important character, but if you don't buy it, I don't get it.
It's like back in the day when they did map packs for Call of Duty and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like you never see anything like that.
It's a different time of DLC. DLC is still a thing, but yeah,
sure.
It's just done a little differently, especially for like multiplayer games. There, you never get paid multiplayer DLC anymore.
I know it's really
because we've already seen it just fragments your community and between who has the DLC, who doesn't. But yeah, I'm sure the next time we'll talk, I'll give you more of an update. Maybe I'll be done. But yeah, again, like I said, we're summertime. Not a lot of time to play games. There's not a lot out, which is a good thing. But I'm hitting the games that I've just been cooking on the backlog for a while.
So what then comes out this like what's after this dry spell? Like God of War would be the only one, really, right? That I can think of.
We don't know that.
But obviously, I'm sorry. Like as of now, it's technically this year until they delay it.
It's November.
So
currently,
that's just mind blowing me.
I think it's going to move into the November 11th date that Starfield.
Yeah,
and we have a ton of titles from the showcase that are this year, but none that are like not the Starfields or the Redfalls or any huge game. Even Overwatch is coming out this year, but it's early access, so I don't think it's fully releasing this year.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it, but I think that is a good segue to jump into our Xbox and Bethesda Showcase discussion, guys. Let's talk top level thoughts. Trio, what did you think of this, again, hour and 30-minute showcase?
Should have been half an hour. No, genuinely, it was very underwhelming for the most part. I found myself to be on my phone most of the time. I thought there was some very cool reveals. I love seeing Starfield, of course. I thought Redfall looks kind of pretty interesting. I thought, trying to think what else. That's like really it. Like genuinely, I know we got a bunch of indie releases, and that's great. That's great. They need their time to shine, of course. We need to give those people something. But I was let down, for sure. Penza, what do you think?
Yeah, as this being their big, I guess, showcase for the year, I was underwhelmed for sure. I mean, Starfield. What we saw in Starfield was awesome.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want to undermine like what they showed in Starfield. It looks incredible, but I was waiting for like another big console exclusive.
I was too.
Like we didn't. Even the stuff that we know's coming, like we didn't see anything from Fable or Avowed or.
How could I fucking forget about Avowed?
Yeah,
That's insane.
We didn't see anything from Avowed.
I
God.
thought it was a shot in the dark that they would
Really?
would be there. Yeah, I did.
When was that game announced?
2018 or 19?
That's unacceptable.
But,
no,
like-
I don't know. Not even unacceptable, but I'm sorry, Penza, continue.
No, you're right. But like even the other stuff that they showed, a lot of them were super unforgettable. Like I'm having trouble. I know Gooch has a list. When we go through, I'll be like, oh yeah, but I mean nothing really stood out to me aside from Starfield. Really,
One thing that did stand out to me was that stupid fucking motion comic as a video game.
We'll talk about it.
Oh
We'll
my
get
God.
there, but that was the big
honestly
thing
made me
that really made me
pissed me
pissed off. But sorry.
honestly, no, I agree. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I was expecting more from their big,
10 poles.
yeah,
Yeah.
their big showcase for the year. I
But
was
Gooch,
underwhelmed.
what about you?
I think this year is clearly shaping up to be a year that from the beginning had nothing. Starfield not being in this year, the tent pole for the other side of the year was Starfield, and the beginning was Elden Ring, and we lost our tent. It just fell apart after that, and you're clearly seeing that with Summer Games Fest. My takeaway with Summer Games Fest was, hey, this is a pretty okay showcase. There's something here. There's at least one game here for somebody to get excited about.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the showcase, the Summer Game Showcase that Jeff Keighley did was underwhelming. I think the same thing here. I think there's something besides Starfield and maybe like Overwatch and Diablo. There is at least one or two titles that everyone can personally pick out and be like, oh, I'm excited for this. But generally, underwhelming. Even though Kojima was there and we got the confirmation that he's working on an Xbox exclusive, that's great. We didn't see it, and like Trio said while we were saying, I like how they didn't show it.
I'm fine with that, genuinely.
Because they did say at the beginning of the press conference, this is what's coming out in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
And that was a really good way to be like, hey, listen, we're not showing Gears 6 that's going to come out in 2024.
But you don't think, but obviously Kojima's isn't coming out within the next 12 months.
No, but like
Right.
it was small enough that you could
I think
drop that, and there's nothing else to say.
Maybe.
Could be, but I do appreciate
They held it.
they held it. I think that's what they should have done with Death Stranding personally. They should have, but it worked out fine.
Could they have pushed Kojima to get a trailer together?
Sure,
I mean,
absolutely.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's
I
how
don't-
you get the first Death Stranding trailer, which is crazy and cerebral and cool, but what the fuck is happening? You have no idea. So
and those trailers are always conversation pieces.
Exactly,
What
yeah.
we're
I
saying.
don't think you push Kojima to put anything out. If he wants to put it out,
he'll put it out.
he'll
yeah.
put it out.
Right. That's also a thing too. But yeah,
Well,
Also,
no,
by the way, I don't believe them
well,
that everything will come out in the next 12 months. I don't. Just
I mean,
that's how
you can't.
I've become so cynical with these
I'll,
game
I'll,
releases.
I'll believe it until I see it otherwise.
That's fair,
But,
but
I'm not saying like, oh, Redfall is definitely going to come out in 2023. Like, I kind of hope it is. Sure. But like, who fucking knows?
I think everything they showed will come out in the back half of 2023. I don't think anything they showed.
Yeah,
is gonna
that's a
get
year.
pushed to
That's a year
2024.
plus away.
Sure.
Yeah,
No,
I
I think I unfortunately have gotten to the cynical point where for most games, when they give me a release date, I'm expecting the delay.
Yeah, but I think those games that they showed are safe. But it kind of, speaking of like, oh, they only showed us games that are coming out in the next year. Like we said, if Valve's not there, or some of those other titles, I guess that means that they're not coming out for
they're not
a year
even
plus. If they didn't
was.
If they didn't
announced.
give us any updates or anything on,
Yeah, so
on some of their titles.
We all seem to see. What did I even just say? We
all
all seem to be in the same ballpark. I think I'm not. I want to say I'm higher on it than you guys, but I think we're finally, hopefully, seeing that they need to clean up these press conferences, and I think the issue comes with indie games, and like Trio said, it's good that there's representation in the industry with those smaller titles, with those smaller devs, but they really bog down these press conferences because you kind of just are watching them and you're going, oh, that looks cool, or
That looks different. Yeah.
And then but they bog it down and you just kind of get bored. And that really has nothing to do with the game's quality. It has everything to do with this isn't a AAA game title that
that I'm tuning in at a specific time for to see a reveal for. You know what I mean? Like
it's,
that. I'm
it's not a Call of
anticipating.
Duty. It's not a Gears. It's not.
Well,
It's
not a
not
Starfield.
It's not a Fable. It's not a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Like it's
Here's-
just an indie dev.
Here's the thing with indie games. The people, I guess I don't want to say layman, but the non-indie
casuals.
Yeah, the casuals who tune into this
Dirty
who
casuals,
this
yeah.
odds are like they don't really
care.
give a shit about indie games. But if you were to do like a separate indie showcase, any indie fan's gonna tune into that because indie fans obviously love indie games.
Wasn't there like a press conference like on Friday or something that was like 4 hours long and it was all indies? Was that like OTK or whatever the fuck that was? With Asmongold.
OTK did do it, but that wasn't. I don't believe that was. I wouldn't classify that as all indies. I think a lot of them were indies, but I think a lot of those games were PC games.
Yeah,
too.
I think
So, like,
indies
a lot of them
need
were
to, like, besides a few, like, if Xbox wants to include a few indies, and that's fine, I think they need to cap themselves. They're like, we can't do these all.
I mean,
Or at least spread them out
maybe
better.
like Sea of Thieves, like, all right, do we need to have another Sea of Thieves, like, update? Not really at this point.
I get why.
I get why it's there, but like I feel like there's got to be a better way to produce those events to just make them flow better. Because like it's like Sea of Thieves, everyone kind of tunes out for a sec.
Well, it's just I also think when you're having a conference, when you're getting everyone together for this big announcement.
This is their
thing-
By the way,
This
it wasn't
is
in
the-
person. Definitely was.
Yeah, it was
pre-recorded.
This is their
pre-recorded.
big showcase
like
for the year.
you can't No, I'm sorry. I don't want to see whatever the stained glass video game was. Or whatever. Like, actually, that's one I didn't mind. That's an indie one.
See,
I enjoyed.
there's the
But
trios.
like, that's
Oh,
the
that was
one
cool,
I
you know?
Yeah, but
I didn't
that's-
mind. But like,
that's
that's
one-
if you pepper those in, I think that's good. But this should have been an hour show with.
I think an hour is fine.
with a few indies peppered in, beginning, middle, and end with 3 major things. End it on Starfield, begin it with that Redfall announcement. Middle, you need another juicy bit in there. Or it's
Right.
like, why are you doing this?
There were so many games in that showcase where like we were like, oh, it looks cool. I'll never play it. Like I'll probably
don't
never,
remember
I'll
it
probably
either.
never pick it up.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like there is. I know Sony's done in the past where they've just done like indie showcases.
And you know,
like, why
Xbox
can't they
doesn't
just-
have a direct / state of play style thing, which is fine. I don't necessarily think they need to do it. Sony and Nintendo are probably more alike than Sony and Xbox are nowadays, especially
Sure.
with how corporate Sony has become in the last 4 years.
sure, but I mean, Microsoft's pretty corporate, right?
I really don't think so.
I mean, it's
when
the
their
one- it's the
Twitter
biggest
accounts,
corporation on
when their Twitter-
Microsoft,
Yeah, I guess,
is.
yeah.
when their
Microsoft
Twitter
games, maybe.
accounts
Xbox is a little
meme
different. Yeah,
to
No, that's
themselves and other devs and content
That's true.
creators, they're not corporate.
well, because it's you're comparing two Eastern companies with a Western company and they
Yeah.
operate very differently.
Yeah, and I think it's just like
Very true.
the cultures there.
Yeah,
are
Exactly.
sounds different.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Like I feel like they, like the thing with the PlayStation showcases is they usually always set our expectations beforehand. They let us know what's gonna be there.
Sometimes, yeah, for sure.
Usually,
I think
no.
I don't think
recently they've been doing that.
I don't think
they did with
usually.
this, right?
But
Not with the most recent one. No, but I thought the most recent one was solid.
what even happened at the most recent one?
What most recent one?
PlayStation. Wait, that's a whole nother.
The state of play.
Yeah.
Yeah, the state of play was probably the best one.
But
a
even
while.
that, like, I don't even know what we got last of.
Form remake.
But I'm
no,
saying
that
like,
was
like if
Summer Game
Xbox
Fest.
wants, they don't have to make it an hour and a half long. Like the PlayStation one's like a half hour. They set our expectations and there's no like lulls.
This should only have been the big announcement.
Yes,
It should have
keep
been
it-
the Bethesda Xbox
keep
showcase.
it big and then
as
be
in,
like-
it's just the Bethesda showcase.
And then you know
like,
what? You release your indie little showcase
on its own.
on its own. Maybe after this, just upload it to YouTube and all your socials or something.
Exactly.
Or
You
like
know?
you have a separate presentation and,
Yes,
you're, and you're
completely
airing it
separate.
after, but you're being clear that this is the indie showcase.
Yes, like that's the one thing that I enjoy about PlayStation recently is that they let us know, hey, there's not going to be any first party titles here. It's going to be mainly third party, blah blah blah. Japanese
That's true. So how
games.
do you think they would? What's the statement they put out before this conference?
I don't think they did.
No. I know. I'm saying. I'm hypothetically.
No, I
What
think
is
you
the
needed
statement?
you needed more games
That's
out of
to say,
Xbox
yeah,
to
that's
do
like-
it.
I feel
think.
like this was-
in this showcase. They needed to show more. They could have been like, "Hey, this is
They-
going to be our first party big games from Bethesda and
I mean,
Arcane."
they bought those studios,
Or-
those new studios, like 5 or 6 years ago.
I know, we haven't
What
seen
new
some out of
studios?
some
Like
of them.
they bought like 5 studios. Like
They bought a
back in
ton.
while
No, they
ago.
bought a ton.
And like
Well, and here's the thing. I think I said it earlier. So, Xbox has a fucking full hand right now. They've yet to play those cards.
But why?
but, like,
What's
but-
taking them so long?
Wait! Stop! Why are you looking at me like that? Because why haven't they played them?
Okay,
is where I'm going.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
They have a full fucking hand, and they have yet to play a single card in that hand.
That
what are
scares
they
me.
waiting for?
I
Are they
know.
really waiting for these games to kind of be lined up so they can just
Like,
release
it
them
would-
down the line?
that
Like
is, like-
what is it?
It would be one thing if at this showcase they were like, we've had these studios working for the last 5 years,
And maybe
and
next
this
year's
coming
the
year,
like we always say.
yeah, this coming year we're getting you Fable. That like, how did they just start working on a Fable game a year or two ago? Like,
Lionsgate went under. Peter Molyneux has controversy around
you
him. That's
own
why.
that IP. You have so many different studios that you own. You buy like you could. There's ways that they could have easily. It seems like Xbox
Not
has a management.
Lionsgate,
they have a management
Is it
problem. to me.
Lions Head?
I agree. I think
They have,
I think
they have a
have-
management. I,
think
don't
they've-
know what they're doing. The fact that we don't have more exclusives by now,
Like,
We do. They're just in the hand. They're
but
not.
like,
they're
but
not here
again,
yet.
But they're
they
not
don't
showing- if
but
they-
they don't
they're not-
exist to me yet.
if they
That-
had
that's what I
something,
mean. Like,
if they had something to show, they would have showed it.
Like a Valve.
That's the thing.
Like we didn't see a Valve.
That's
Like-
what I'm saying.
And it's been a while since we've seen a Valve.
And just to go back a little bit, I still cannot believe that they let that Marvel license go. I can't believe it.
when they
So Marvel went to them first to make Spider-Man to do all this stuff, and they were like, "No, why? Like what is the?" They just really seem to not have a thought process
my
on
reasoning
this.
behind it was maybe they want to cultivate their own IPs and not.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, but
I
this-
think that's a dumb reason.
this-
if
this
that's,
Sony-
if that's what
saying
they're
it's a
saying.
good
the,
Yeah,
the
that's fair. Telling you a
PlayStation
reason.
Spider-Man is its own IP. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like-
I mean, sure, it's,
Right,
They-
but it's a third party IP. It's not.
I know, but like
it's
they
not an
created
original
created
IP.
their own story.
Sorry, I
Right,
get-
but
get what
it's,
you
it's
want- I
fucking
get what you're
Spider-Man.
saying.
It's not original.
but it's one that they.
No,
you're
it is.
talking
It's an
about-
original story.
I
for
totally
Spider-Man.
It's an
disagree with
original
you.
Spider-Man story,
Yeah.
but the IP of Spider-Man is
I
not
know.
original. Yeah, that's.
But like,
But it is an
okay,
original
they want to
take
create
with
their
on
own
that.
IPs. Where are they? Like
That's
where
what I'm
are these
saying,
great
yeah.
titles? You know,
And Avowed could be a cool
it's
one.
annoying. Like,
But okay, so that was announced in 2020. Fine, don't announce it then.
2020
2020. That's when the announcement trailer apparently came out.
Okay.
That's what I just saw.
at the non
You announced all
that
these,
year.
all of these developers that they have. Just really, apparently, I need to look up a list, but there's a
And-
lot of them.
And is COVID still a factor in why these?
I'm
games,
getting sick of that
It,
excuse.
it is, but I feel like it has pushed the entire industry somewhat back.
But then
to
I
where
also-
we have this lull of there were games that were sort of ready and they're coming
It probably-
out.
it probably pushed every game back
Village
2
is one of
years,
them.
but,
I do feel like it
And-
gives them an excuse to use, though. A lot of
Yeah,
times.
but,
And
like-
I'm not saying that it's
they
not a real excuse at
haven't
some points.
used
I'm
it.
not saying that.
You know what?
But
You know where I agree with you at that point is when they're talking about it. When they're not talking about it, I don't care.
sure.
But when they're like, we had to delay this because of COVID. It's like I don't think you really need to say that at this point.
No, and I mean, listen, I'm sure we probably would have Starfield by now if COVID didn't happen and stuff like. I'm sure that there are a lot of things that really did affect and that it did make a lot of things harder and push things back hard. But we're getting to this point with development where I'm just like, especially with Microsoft. Microsoft not doing this is hurting us on the PlayStation side too, because it doesn't push PlayStation to want to actually show their hand and give us what they're doing.
Yeah, Nintendo's in
Sony's
its own
sitting
field. They can do whatever they
don't even
want. Like,
matter.
they're out of the
Sony's
question.
sitting there just like, and Colin said this on Last Stand, like, why would I do anything right now? Like, honestly, they don't even need God of War this year now. I want it.
Sony's biggest
think-
problem right now is they gotta.
They just don't- they can't get enough
gotta
consoles
make
out.
consoles.
So it really saddens me that we've gotten to this point in the video game industry where I just don't even know where we're going in the next 2 years, like with big games and stuff like that. Sure, we got Starfield. Sure, we got what else? There's probably another
From
big one.
Xbox?
Yeah, or just even in general.
I mean, hey, give it to both sides. On both sides, our futures are pretty unknown.
But I have more. But
we know
they
it's
are
coming
more
on PlayStation versus
Right, but they're like
God of War,
they're
Spider-Man 2, Wolverine.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about games that have been announced that we know, like Spider-Man 2 is probably closer than we realize, but like other than that, like, and we know God of War is imminent. You know, it's next.
Yeah, November.
No, that's what
I'm talking about. Further along titles, like what is in the can right now?
Yeah, but I kind of like that they don't show us that.
I agree.
I don't give a shit what's coming out in 5 years.
There's a fine balance.
What I'm saying is there's just not a lot to talk about. We don't know anything.
And unfortunately, I think the fact that Xbox doesn't seem to have anything to show is giving PlayStation the leeway to be like, well, we don't have to show anything right now.
You know, I feel like we're, in a year or two, like we're gonna be sitting down and Xbox is gonna do some crazy shit with their hand. And we're gonna go. Maybe the worth win. Maybe the win was
every
worth
year.
it.
That's what I know.
I know. We say it every year.
I'm getting
but
so
how
sick.
much longer can they hold the fucking hand?
What if the hand is a bunch of ones, Gooch? What if they are lying and bluffing?
It can't be. It almost can't be.
But I hope it's not.
I hope it's not. But it blows my mind
Especially
that we
with all
have
these
not
acquisitions.
heard a peep from some of these studios of what they're working on, and it's been close to 5 years.
It's if they had something to show, they would have showed it today.
If they even had that's what I mean.
Like there's
what are they
yeah,
doing?
like we still like Perfect Dark. We got that announcement. We don't know what's going on with that, and we know that's like being co-developed by like Crystal Dynamics. And who's the main developer on that? The new Perfect Dark game.
I
forgot off the top of my head. You want to look it up?
Oh, sure.
I thought you were going to. Yeah. I mean, again, I like. It's hard. It's hard. I think it's hard to sit here and
it's frustrating. I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah, it is frustrating. But like you know, and just the reason I bring in Sony to kind of talk about with them, it's yeah, I think COVID is affecting them too because I feel like in a normal year we would know some of their 4 to 5 year plan. Xbox has shown us their 4 to 5 year plan 2 or 3 years ago. That's why we know what they're holding. They just gotta play it.
But no,
but we don't know what titles
we don't know
they
what
have.
the plan is. We just know that they have the studios. They haven't given us any type of.
We have Perfect Dark apparently.
Yeah, okay, that's from the initiative.
The initiative, yes, and apparently there's been a lot of behind the scenes drama with that studio.
Great news.
Yeah, good to hear.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that was one of their like build from the ground up studios.
Yeah.
The initiative was like it. Yeah, it's like I'm off the top of my head. I'm Avowed is definitely one of them. Outer
Worlds 2. Thank you.
Outer Worlds 2 is definitely one of them. Starfield is one of them. Elder Scrolls 6 is one of them. Like there are a ton of games we know. Well, and Starfield is coming out soon, so maybe not. But there are a lot of titles. Like we could sit here and if it wasn't off the top of my head, name a bunch and be like, yeah, they're like we know about them, but we know nothing about them.
So
they're there.
I honestly would like.
But where are they?
There's no excuse at this point.
Let's jump into what was talked about at the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. So do we want to do what we usually do with
and
E3?
just if it's nothing, just be like this happened.
I like doing that. It's kind of fun.
Honestly, well, if we want to say something on something, we'll put our hand up or something. Yeah. So you can just keep going. You don't even have to ask. Yeah.
We got Redfall gameplay that is coming 2023, guys. What do we think of that? Start off.
The world doesn't intrigue me, unfortunately.
Yes, I agree.
It's not nearly as unique as an arcade world. I feel like
as bright and beautiful as an arcade world. Especially coming out of Deathloop.
Yeah,
Deathloop was like
trippy world.
Yeah, Deathloop was awesome. And then I recently played the Dishonored games. Dishonored 2. The world of Dishonored 2 is absolutely freaking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And I feel like with this game, like I was saying while we were watching, Back 4 Blood did not do what it should have done and fill that Left 4 Dead void. So I feel like Redfall, maybe if the gameplay is good enough and maybe if the support is good enough, it could do that.
I think the Quarry is doing that.
It has
currently.
a void to fill, but is it going to do that is the question.
No, absolutely.
I think the Quarry is currently doing that, by the way.
What? In what way?
Filling the Back 4 Blood void.
Is it though? I thought, but like
the Quarry?
But isn't that more? That's more like
what the fuck are you talking about? The Quarry is
that's like an Until Dawn style game.
What are you talking about?
The Quarry, or am I having mixed up?
Yeah, I think you're having a mix.
The new one.
The Quarry is the one from the guys who made Until Dawn.
Supermassive.
It's like the movie type game.
It's the
It's like set in. It's just
All right, then
It's
with
with Brenda Song and like
which is the
what are you talking about?
like the new? It's almost like a Back for Blood or a
No.
or
That's
Friday
not-
the
that's not
13th.
the Quarry.
It's the new,
No.
it's the new one. It's the new horror game where you can one person is
Evil Dead. Ash vs Evil Dead.
I don't maybe Evil Dead.
Because the Quarry one you're thinking of is more like a Telltale game. Like
Okay,
where
then
you're
never
like
mind.
where you're
maybe
like,
Evil Dead
it's
is.
like a movie.
Maybe it's that
That's the
whichever
latest,
one
like-
that's new, like recent.
That was definitely
recent.
the latest
You're
1v like 4.
you're thinking of something else.
Yeah, it's
you're,
alright, but-
yeah. I don't know
No,
what
the
you're
Quarry
I
thinking.
just got good reviews.
The Evil
Qu-
Dead
but
did,
the
yeah.
Quarry is
Evil
not
Dead.
the Quarry.
Evil Dead, but
Okay,
the Quarry,
I'm
yeah,
not
the
thinking
Quarry
Quarry is not
It's
a
not
back-
like
Then
like that.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, it's more like a
I
like a
don't-
Telltale game.
I don't think I don't know if Redfall really is similar to Back for Blood.
It seems like more story driven, but you can experience it for play.
Yeah, you can
From
do,
what
like,
and I
co-op.
was seeing on their Instagram it's saying play solo or with friends.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit. It's not like level based like a. I'm assuming anyways. It's not a level based like your Back for Bloods or whatever. And it's more of an open world, and you can explore it with your friends if you want, or you can do it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And you're fighting this vampire menace. I like that they went vampire, actually,
I like
instead of like
vampire,
a
too.
zombie or like a something.
Yeah,
or other.
I think that just makes it more
It's a nice
appealing,
little
'cause
flavor.
Zombies, I think, is
Overplayed,
It's
dude.
The Walking Dead has like totally killed zombies for anything at this point.
yeah,
they're
it's
not
for a
cool
while
anymore.
at least. Absolutely. Yeah.
Next up, we have Hollow Knight Silk Song. We've got some gameplay for that. That's been long on the docket. No date still. Other than that, I've never played Hollow Knight. I don't have too much to say about it.
I played Hollow Knight, the first one. It's fun. It's tough. It's a beautiful game. It looks.
Yeah, Souls
It
like
looks, yeah, Souls like
side scroller.
It's sim. It looks. Silk Song looks cool.
Sure.
Love it.
I'm probably not gonna pick it up.
No,
but-
sure.
Next up, we have High on Life. That is our Justin Roiland Squanch
Oh, that looks cool,
game
yeah.
reveal trailer. Not VR, but it's coming out in October 2022. This looks fun.
It looks so fun.
Squanch Games has a niche they fill. They're like comedic games, and they do whatever they want with the actual gameplay. And I think this game is probably going to do well.
I meant to mention I've been playing his latest one on my quest. I can't. I think it's like
Is that the
Jared
Office one?
Saves the World or something. No, I can't. It's something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah, I
it
heard
really
it's
is,
awesome.
and it's funny because the way it's set up, you're like. You play like you're the chair guy and you can and you control the other person, but it's all like they interact. It's so funny. It's
Yeah.
really cool. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, it gave me some like what we were talking about when we were watching. Oh my gosh, Tiny Tina, Borderland vibes with like the Rick and Morty humor.
Sure.
Like with the different guns and, the goofy
you know what?
guns and
That's probably
stuff like
something
that.
that Borderlands needs. Borderlands humor is so dated.
Yeah.
It's like
You didn't play Tiny Tina's was
I didn't.
really
I didn't
good.
play Tiny Tina's, but Borderlands 3
I hear
just
nothing but
did
good
not
things,
do
yeah.
it for me at all.
Yeah.
Its writing and I think its main villain and its narrative was
I think-
not
I think
good.
I heard it
Three's
was
the-
just fine.
I think 3
Like,
is the
it's-
weakest
yeah.
of the series.
Next up, we had our Riot Games catalog coming to Game Pass. That is Winter 2022. League of Legends, Legends of Runeterra, Valorant. There's a few other games. in
Yeah,
there.
these are all PC or mobile, but not all of them are and or mobile.
Yeah, I'm curious if Valorant will come to console eventually. Probably not. It is a CS:GO shooter.
Yeah, I would.
But you
I
don't think
it'd be
they'd
cool.
at least give you the option? Like I was saying to
Here's
Penza
the-
earlier. Can you? I know you can do it on your PlayStation. I'm pretty sure. Can you have a mouse and keyboard on your Xbox?
Yeah,
Yes.
but those titles in the game, they said PC and then some of them said PC.
Oh
and
no, I know.
mobile.
I guess I'm talking about.
No,
more
no,
like,
he's asking,
Do you think
can
like
you
it
do it?
could be eventually?
Yeah,
Because I feel
could
like they
it?
could
Sure.
do that and say and give a very heavy disclaimer of like we highly recommend you use a mouse and keyboard to play this game.
But when I say like CS:GO, I mean like CS:GO is like a really fast-paced, really hardcore arena shooter game.
Sure.
And I think like that. I think CS:GO came to shooter, and it just didn't do well because of that.
You mean
exact-
came to console?
yeah. What did I say?
came to shooter.
Yeah, came to
shooter,
console,
yeah.
came to console, and and it just didn't really do any.
I don't really
do
think
well.
this game like
And-
Valorant needs to come
And
to console.
crossplay, now that we have that, helps. But yeah, maybe Penz is right. Maybe it just doesn't need to come to console.
It's too popular, and I don't know.
We got Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel to Plague Tale Innocence. We got some gameplay that's coming out in 2022. I still need to play the first one. It's been on my
game.
list for a while. It looks
Same.
great. It looks like there's some more actual like fighting gameplay,
Yeah.
whereas the first one was kind of
Much more
like
story
a
driven.
walking simulator. You're doing very basic
Mm-hmm.
motions and interactions, but you're not
Sure.
fighting. But I'm interested in that for sure.
God, that just got me all hot and steamy.
Like
I don't
literally.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
The Plague.
The plague.
plague,
But no, dude,
the
it looks
rats.
beautiful. It looks gorgeous. I want to give the first one a shot.
I like it's like I think you even said it like the historical style it goes for.
No, it feels
And
very
Witcher
real.
kind of has the same vibe.
Sure.
They have a very specific like it just has a very specific like
Love me some medieval. Yeah.
feel.
Absolutely.
Forza Motorsport coming out in spring 2023. We got gameplay and trailer. It's it's our racing showcase game. They look great.
Yeah, look.
Speaking to somebody, not speaking to us.
Yeah.
Microsoft Flight Simulator is having a 40th anniversary, I guess, like add-on edition thing. And they announced like the Pelican is flyable. There's like the Wright brothers planes.
I'm about to go home and download that and just to fly the Pelican for a little bit.
Pelican?
To be honest.
Again, it's speaking to somebody.
No, yeah.
Not speaking to us.
Well, dude, I could only imagine
That's
having
fine.
that on like your PC with like a VR headset.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
people love it, dude.
It's probably insane.
like they even have like the controls.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff
have
like
everything.
that.
Yeah. But yeah.
You're good. The mic is like
Yeah, you want
I
it to
know,
be.
I wanted
You want it
it.
to be in front here. You want it to be. Yeah.
trying to help you.
Jeez, Penza. No.
Overwatch
Yeah, you
2
want that to be
coming
flat.
into early access in October 2022. We got a little bit of gameplay and of course our new hero, the Junker Queen, to round off our trio of Junkertown folks, Junkrat, Roadhog, and Junker Queen. Oh no, and the fourth, Hammond. He's a Junkertown.
Yeah,
dude.
he is.
Like tangentially.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad to see like it's early access. I kind of wish they just told us the date.
No, I think it's just gonna be like beta and like it's gonna be playable and they're gonna be making tweaks as we go. I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
think
you're
they're
right.
gonna limit anybody to play the
Sorry.
game. It's gonna be like kind of like Fortnite. It was
Sure,
in beta
sure.
forever.
No,
I
that
think
makes
that's how they're
sense.
just gonna. We might not get the game. We might not get the campaign.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not early access.
But we'll definitely have the multiplayer. It's all I
and we
give a
kind
shit
of got
about.
like some campaign bits in the trailer we saw. I'm excited. Like watching it, I was like, "Fuck, dude, I gotta play Overwatch again."
I love
but going
Overwatch.
back to Overwatch 1 at this point, I'm like really out of Overwatch League because the Fusion play at like fucking 5 a.m. because they're in
Yeah.
their fucking Chinese league for some reason, and I fucking hate every second of that. It's just fucking bothers me.
Yeah, I
No
will
end.
say this got me. I was like, ooh, I kind of want to jump in.
Dude,
I never
play the
played
first one.
Overwatch.
Overwatch-
and it's gonna be
Overwatch is
crossplay.
so
I mean,
And
good,
it's free to
dude.
play, so fuck yeah.
It's
I'd jump
it's
in.
crossplay
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah, and that's what's great because I'm definitely still gonna play on PC.
All right,
and
cool,
then
yeah. I'll be on
can-
I'll be on the box.
Right, and Penza will be on.
PlayStation.
Or I guess I could also be. It's funny. I still don't have like a PlayStation Plus membership just because I never play online on
Well,
my PlayStation.
I have one.
The new one starts like next week.
Yeah.
The new PlayStation Now.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but sorry, Gucci.
Next up, we have Aria: History Untold. This is a totally new game. It's a
is
this
it
the-
Aura or
It's
Era?
Aura. It's
Aura?
A-R-A.
See, I thought it was Era, like as in like it's an
Aura,
era, like
Era.
it's the era.
I think that
Yeah. No, I'm just curious. No, I'm just curious. I was
I
wondering
thought
how.
you said-
don't question me.
I thought he said Aria at first.
Did
I thought
say
you
it?
said Aria too. That's why
and
I said
I was
something.
like, and
I'm talking
I did,
fast.
I did a double
No,
step.
no worries.
Oh yeah, so this is like a civilization game. We had that Indian actress that's in everything talking over it that we don't know the name of, which I
I'm
feel
trying
bad.
to think of what else she's in. Yeah, but continue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
this
in a
is-
lot of shit. Yeah,
Recognizable.
this game looks cool, and I mean, I don't think a civilization competitor.
Probably up someone's alley, as we say.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
someone's alley. We got Elder Scrolls Online High Isle release trailer that's coming out next week. Fallout 76, the Pit trailer coming September 2022. This has kind of been in the ether for a while. Guys, are you going to jump back into Appalachia or I guess the Pit
No.
to play
No, I don't know,
76?
man. It's funny. Fallout 76. I will give them credit for sticking to it. We talked about this.
Yeah.
There's
There's
a lot of-
they did not give up
They
on
didn't
it.
give up. They added in NPCs. They
We
added
gave
in.
up.
We
They
gave
did
up.
not.
I would love.
Bethesda.
I would in a perfect world. Yeah, I would love to jump back in and try this, but I probably won't. I know I won't.
If they add new achievements, you better believe I'll be in the Pit.
I'll
You
tell you
better
what,
believe it.
76 will forever probably have my favorite trailer for an announcement.
The Country Roads.
No, that
one.
was
my
a
God.
really
Dude,
good one.
Unbelievable.
I was in my office when that happened, and my coworker Kyle, shout out to him. We were like losing it.
Yeah.
Like in work, we're like, dude.
I still think one of my favorite openings to a game, period, is the opening of Fallout 4 when they're doing like the whole like when he's walking through like the war and yeah, like it's like going through the
Oh, the
war and it's a
trailer?
lot. Well, it's the trailer, but it's also I think the opening
Oh,
to the
the
game.
actual
Yeah,
opening,
like the full
yeah.
and it's like him in the war, and then it gives the whole war never changes speech. Over
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It's really great.
Next up, we have Forza Horizon 5 is getting a Hot Wheels collaboration.
Looks great.
I am
It sounds like
downloading.
Trio
I'm
is gonna get
downloading it again. Absolutely,
Yeah.
I will fucking jump back in and play that for sure.
I like it's. I feel like it's a really neat way to make. I mean, I know Forza Horizon is the more casual racer compared to motorsport.
Sure.
But I feel like it even casualizes it a little bit more, appealing to like a Mario Kart style.
No, absolutely.
I don't think that's a bad idea. I think that gets people into your
Not at all.
game,
Yeah.
playing it a little bit. I know Horizon 5 was good. A lot of people like that game. I think it was like Game of the Year for some people.
Yeah.
And compared to Gran Turismo.
I think IGN gave it Game of the Year.
And dude, I will
That's
say for
crazy.
someone who
Yeah.
doesn't like racing at all myself, I fucking loved it. I didn't beat it, but like that time I spent with it was a blast for sure.
This just made me. I was just thinking of like the Hot Wheels and the set pieces and everything, like the
Yeah.
Hot Wheel. It would be incredible. I don't think this is going to be in it because it's just like an add-on DLC. Imagine you could like create your own.
Of course.
race-
Oh,
your own
I'm sure
courses.
you can.
Yeah, you might.
I don't know.
I almost feel like,
If you can't do
maybe
it,
that was like.
if you
They
can't-
might have a. They have a case or a race creator within the game that you can like make your own races, but like you obviously have to use the
Yeah.
roads that are there first already. But I don't know how that would
if
work.
if you could already in Horizon make your own like tracks, and I'd be like, oh, they're definitely
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
have
think
it.
you can make them from scratch, but like as you can make them from the in the open world. Like if
Yeah.
there's a trail, like a route that you want to make a race, you can make that a race.
Next up, we have Arc 2 trailer.
With the egg in a vest
Vin.
himself,
The
Vin
Vin.
Diesel.
fucking Vin Diesel riding.
looking as good as ever.
2023. I don't understand the purpose of this trailer. We already got a reveal trailer that was almost like that. This showed us nothing. I'm not getting it. I don't care about Vin Diesel. I don't want to be in this timeline.
It was you know what? I take back everything I said about the showcase. We got Vin, and they could have ended it right there, and I would have been ecstatic.
It's true. I would have just been done.
Yeah, fuck
Over the moon.
Fuck
Yeah.
Starfield. Next up is Scorn. That is coming really soon, October 21st, just in time for Halloween of this year. Guys, it's Geiger. It's really alien,
Very body horror,
fleshy vagina, penis,
phallus laced. Yeah.
It's
No,
all that.
it really looks like someone
Looks
took
good.
an H.R. Geiger painting and made it into a video game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it looks not my cup of tea
Sure.
at all, but it looks.
looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn. This is a reveal early 2023. It's like a third person like medieval magic.
Kind of gave me the Greedfall vibes. We were talking.
Not
we were,
we were saying Godfall.
oh yeah, Godfall.
Actually, in Greedfall,
No, Greedfall. I meant Greedfall.
Oh, I
You
meant
guys were
Godfall.
saying Greenfall.
No, I was saying Godfall.
Oh, I meant.
Oh,
screw
he was
Godfall.
saying Greedfall.
I was saying
Yeah,
Greedfall.
I was
assumed
saying
you were.
Godfall.
No,
So
no.
both.
Godfall. What are you talking
Well, I
about?
said it.
Godfall?
I'm like Godfall. I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
No,
like the
sorry.
enemies looked like Godfall.
No,
but-
Greedfall. A little bit.
Yeah, this looks cool. I think they
Yeah,
we
this
didn't
looks
really
interesting.
see much of anything. I guess like we're playing like a female protagonist, and she has this little like I don't know, like magic creature that kind of helps.
Yeah,
her
like a
attack.
companion that can come
It
out.
seemed to have like an aesthetic that I've been down to.
You
but
could dig. Yeah.
Definitely need to see.
Oh,
more
you know what?
gameplay.
Know what it kind of reminded me of? One of the new. You know how there's like that trio of new MMOs that are big right now.
Yeah. Trio. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck
It
you.
looked like one of them. I don't know which one. 'Cause
Sure.
I don't play, but it looked like one of the new MMOs. Might have been
The Amazon one.
yeah.
New.
New World.
Yes, thank you.
Didn't it kind of look like New World
Yes.
a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have Minecraft Legends reveal trailer. Yes, that's right. Mojang is milking their IP for what it is worth. This looks like an action
It said-
real-time strategy game.
Yeah, it's an action like role playing strategy
Interesting.
or something.
It'll sell. Minecraft Dungeons did. I feel like it'll appeal to an audience and
It's for someone.
right.
It really is.
Like-
no, like
that's
we're
the
saying.
theme.
It
It's
really
for
is.
someone.
No,
I mean,
I mean,
Minecraft's awesome, but I didn't pick up Dungeons. I should.
you know
I
what?
don't know.
I actually follow this dude on TikTok who does some of the most insane
Oh,
Minecraft
the stuff they do
builds
in Minecraft
that
is
I've ever seen in
incredible.
my life.
It is
genuinely
incredible.
There was one interview I saw that was really cool. It was with this kid. It was probably our age or maybe a little
Minecraft?
bit younger. But they were like, "Why'd you become an architect?" He was like, "Oh, well, I just loved building shit in Minecraft."
Yeah.
So like, and my dad was like, "Oh, well, you could do that." Like, that's cool when you see something like
Yeah.
that for sure.
Minecraft stuff is incredible.
No, it is.
You should look up the there's an entire community that like made what's it
cities
called?
and stuff?
No, like Lord of the Rings. They,
Oh
like,
yeah, I've
made-
seen that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like
they made,
Minas Tirith and all that.
I
Yeah.
was literally
Yeah,
about to
it's
say
insane.
like I was thinking Middle Earth, but I wanted.
Yeah,
I
you wanted
was
to
about
say, like, a
Minas Tirith too.
Yeah, yeah.
That was really funny. If you guys can pick up from my Slack here, that would be a fucking
Yeah,
godsend.
what did you say?
Frontier Lightyear reveal trailer. I don't remember what this was at all.
Frontier Lightyear.
Remember I said it? I was like it would look like. Was that the game? Was that the not the Octopath? The Stardew looking game? That's what it was.
Oh, I think that
the
might.
Stardew one with the robots.
Yeah,
and
I
we were
think
like,
you're right.
oh, they're farming in
Yeah.
space.
But to be honest, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it was.
But I think you're right. Yeah.
I think that's what that one was.
It didn't look like Stardew.
You were fucking farming.
No,
What
but
do you
it,
mean?
but
well,
Stardew's
it was more of
top
like
down,
the I get what like similar in the way.
Stardew's
of how
It's
you're-
like you go into the dungeons and then
Yeah,
you
it's
come
first.
back.
It's first part. It's first person though.
Right, but the fucking genre.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I get what you
farming.
mean. Like somewhat simulation-y, like in the way of like farming. I get what you mean.
I really
I'm picking up what you're
I
putting
really
down.
want to play Stardew.
Dude, it's so much.
It seems like
it
just
was
a chill.
It was a game
time.
that got me through a lot of quarantine. To be honest, I remember I'd wake up every day. I'd do like 3
play
or 4
on-
days
You
on
play
my
on
Xbox.
Oh, Xbox.
Yeah, and it was so much fun. My farm is really far
I know
along,
people-
but I don't
I know
have all the
people
stuff
love
yet.
it.
Yeah.
Another one that I forget. Gunfire Reborn, October 2022.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
I guess that says something. Sorry. The Last Case of Benedict Fox reveal trailer.
Oh, this was like that limbo-ish type
Yeah,
game.
it looked
right?
like
Yes.
Insider Limbo.
Yeah.
Looked good. That's all I have to say.
I know we got something to say about this one. As Dusk Falls reveal trailer, July 19th, 2022. This is a interactive comic book narrative game that
This-
Penza and Trio were
This
not.
this genuinely pissed me off.
It was two things. It was one that
Like,
we had
honestly.
a lady have to come out and tell us about it
Right,
first.
and even I'm not as down on it as them, but the fact I don't know why this game.
If you
out of all the games, none of them got a person coming out on stage besides like Starfield and like a few.
Yeah,
few
why
other
does
things.
this get
Why
that?
did this game get that person?
if
coming
you
out to
pick this
explain
game up and play this game, go fuck yourself. I hate this game.
You are the worst. No, genuinely though, it literally looks like someone was like, "Let's make a Telltale game, but let's put less work in."
Yeah, and like
Genuinely.
Yeah.
like it's I know exactly how they did it too. They filmed every single scene. They filmed
And
it.
then they put it through a filter, right?
and then they
Or
put
something,
it through
yeah.
a bullshit filter.
like a cartooning filter.
and then they just took
Like shots of 'em.
shots of it, like clips of it, but not like
Frames.
frames,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Frames, and then they put the audio over it, and it looks horrible.
And they were like, "Well, should we maybe animate this?" Nah, that would be hard. Let's not
it's
do
like
that.
they go like this,
and then it cuts, and then
they
it
have
cuts
like
them
an
full.
audio line, and then
Yeah.
it's like, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't. I was genuinely pissed off, and I'm not like that.
I
Like,
like those narrative types of games, and it looked like they were going for a what's the dev? What's David Cage's studio called that made Detroit Become Human? Quantum
Dream.
Dream.
Quantic Dream. And you know, they had here's the choices.
Yeah, they had all the
here's what you can do,
different-
and I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but maybe this is like I think you're kind of influencing me to look at it through like a lazier light. It is a little
It feels
bare
so
bones.
lazy and bare bones. I'm sorry, it does. I don't mean it to talk down to people who
Yeah,
make
and we
video
didn't really
games.
see the gameplay. We just
No,
saw,
we
like-
did.
That
That
was
was
the
the gameplay.
gameplay.
But like I
See, like,
assume you're
I-
making choices throughout.
Right,
Like,
right. That's
choices.
what I'm saying. Like I wanted to see like what the choices, like what is the
genuinely-
player
like
doing.
Detroit Became Human, and those games from Quantic Dream have gameplay.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
To
And then
an-
you
but
make
and
the big
even
decisions.
even if it's not like Until Dawn, your gameplay is you're walking around and interacting with things, but it's still animated.
You can't walk around in this
Yeah,
game.
at
because
least I don't think you
because
can.
because
doesn't
it
seem-
is. It's just clips.
And it
Not
seems like
clips,
you're
it's
literally making
frames.
choices. That was my best gathering. Of
I
guess.
just know there's gonna be those asshole journalists when this game comes down. They're like, oh, it's a gem. It's a blah blah blah. But, no, it's not. It's horrible.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
It actually does seem like one of
I am so
This
against
is a game
this
that
game.
will take you
I-
by surprise and take you to places you never expect. No, yeah, I agree.
It's like I can't believe
It
I'm
kinda
this,
reminds
I'm
me
this
of
bothered by
every-
this game.
I
But I
am
am.
actually
you know
too,
what? It
genuinely.
reminds me of everything I didn't like about Life is Strange 2.
Yeah, no, and it just feels like someone was like, let's
Which
just
is
make
a lot of that game.
Let's just animate a comic book and say it's a video game.
No, I feel like these people like filmed a
No,
TV
I think
show
you're- exactly-
that,
no, I
like,
think you're right,
Oh,
yeah.
it got canned, or it's not gonna work, and then they're like, hey, how can we salvage this project?
Yeah. So in
Put a bullshit filter over it.
any more
in
rage?
summary,
And call it a game.
fuck that game. Continue, Gooch.
generally, and they had someone come out and
That
speak
truly
about
was.
it. That
I
was
don't
the
know
worst,
if it was
unnecessary.
dude.
I don't know if I would be as visceral as I am right
That's
now.
what started it.
But
we
it's
were all
definitely
just like, what is this?
Like, what dirt do they have on Pete Hines or
Yeah.
like Microsoft or Xbox that they like
And
were
again,
able to
if
get
you're gonna
that
do like an
spotlight?
indie small game like that, do it with the Oblivion one. I know that's not like an indie game, but like
The
have, like,
Oblivion one.
the one with like that was like you'll probably get to it, but the stained glass
Oh,
style
yeah,
looking one.
It's up in 2.
Yeah.
That one was cool.
We did have this MMO apparently that has 10 million players strong. Naraka Blade Point
Is it an MMO?
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
It's coming to Xbox on June 23rd.
It was like a fighter, but then it was like
2020. It looks like a Korean game that's being localized.
I think it's Japanese because they went on. Didn't they talk about? Oh no, the Neo devs Ninja Theory. They talked about Japan after that
Yeah.
one.
Pentiment reveal trailer November 2022. This
Pentiment?
is the like
Pentiment,
what,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
what looks
No,
like
Pentiment,
some
yeah.
sort of point in time in history. I
It
think
literally looks like a
See,
Martin
this
Luther
actually
simulator.
reminds me more of like Stardew, technically, from what I've been playing. Like, not like even like how it's kind of cartoony and you're talking
Yeah.
to all the villagers and you seem
right,
to really
but there's
be-
no farming.
No, exactly. So it's not
probably
Stardew.
not
It,
a bad
it
example.
literally looks like the Protestant Reformation.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
stained glass window. Like
No,
it-
not
but
even, I
even-
think
sure.
like what they're tackling is the Protestant Reformation.
might be,
Right,
yeah.
yeah, because they were talking about like one of the, like Italy and something like that, and like clearly they
looks
they were
very cool.
religious. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was like where you're from, and you could had
You
had
can
choices.
decide, right? Yeah, it was like Italy, France, or something or other. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Grounded got its release trailer and it's coming out. Finally,
I have
it's
to-
coming out of
I
beta,
have to try
September
this game.
2022.
What
Yeah.
is it? I'm sorry.
Grounded.
Grounded.
Yeah.
Which one was
It's like
this
a
again?
Honey
Please
I
refresh
Shrunk
me.
the Kids game.
Oh, that's right.
Sort of.
Yeah,
And
I
this
remember.
game got a lot of chatter when it came into early access, and I hope it kind of gets the hype again now that it's coming out.
Sure.
I don't think it's a game I'm gonna play, but you know,
It's
there for
definitely.
somebody.
I think it's definitely a game to play with like a friend or two.
Sure.
Next up, and you might have to remind me again what this is. It's Urban Shadow Legacy. This is a real trailer for 2023.
This was that kind of like it felt very generic, like third person magic game. Was that it?
Oh,
With like
maybe.
the woman, or is that? Or am I thinking of a different?
No,
one?
not the woman, but it was first person magic. So I was like, oh,
I
it's
thought it was
kind
third
of.
person.
I don't remember at all.
I don't know.
Good sign. Anywho, we can move on.
Next up, we have our Diablo 4 Necromancer class reveal trailer, and then we got an extended look at some gameplay. This is coming out in 2023. I think this is really needed. Xbox is tapping their acquisition studios, even though they don't have fully acquired them.
No,
It's set in stone. It's happening.
No, they haven't. They have not bought Blizzard Activision yet.
That's what I'm saying.
I would be
That's
very
exactly
surprised
what
at this point if that didn't happen. I guess
That's
is
what
you're
exactly
saying.
what I
Yeah.
just said. They
no,
have not
it
acquired
did
them.
sound like you
They're
were.
acting as if they have acquired them. The deal is not done, but it might as well be done at this point. They're acting like it is.
I'd be
I
very
don't-
surprised at this point if it didn't. Of course, there's a chance it won't. Of course,
It's
there's a
There's
chance.
stuff like recently that was like.
No, I know, but
It's gonna go through.
I would be very surprised. I think there's obviously a
not-
chance that it could not. I don't think
Why
that's.
are you so hung up on this?
Well, no, because I don't want you to like. It's not like Microsoft is making decisions for Blizzard Activision currently. They're not.
No, it's true, but they
No.
seem to be
They
working
legally-
in conjunction
they legally
in some
can't.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
They're at their showcase. They clearly.
They're working in conjunction in some way, shape, or
Yes,
form
but like
at this point.
they're not
They are
like
technically
they're
not
not
bought yet,
They're
though.
not telling like Blizzard Activision what to do in
Because they
Diablo 4
technically- I
or
never
said
anything like
that.
that. Well, it kind of came off like that.
Yeah, I don't. Either way, I get what you're saying.
Like it could take like another like 2 years for the Activision. for
Sure,
the-
but I would be very surprised at this point if it didn't. I would be like blown away. Actually, it's not a sure thing, but I would, at least from what Hoag's been
like
talking about and
all right,
stuff like that.
Here's a better
I
way to put
really-
it. We're not going to see anything out of Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard.
Yeah, until probably 2025 at the earliest, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like any decision making or anything
1000%.
like that.
Maybe in a legitimate capacity. Sure, there
Yeah.
could be kind of behind the closed doors thing of like, hey, we're gonna do this, but like
And like currently, it's not going on yet.
yeah, well, that's right. It's not.
And
But, like,
to jump
it
off
isn't.
Trio's point, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, but you have to understand, Microsoft.
No,
Xbox,
I don't
get
think there's
what you're-
anything I don't understand.
No,
man.
we are under. No, I get what you're saying.
I'm not debating
from a
you at
legal
all.
standpoint. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But to say that there aren't probably guys behind closed doors within that are like making like, well, this is probably this is helping both of
They're
us. at this
acting
point.
like they have a
Yes.
relationship, and
they have a relationship, but like
but they aren't making decisions. Yeah,
Yes,
Microsoft
there are
isn't
no
making
decisions.
decisions
Right,
for.
but
Yeah,
I didn't say that at all. Like,
I didn't
kinda
really
how
quite
it
get
came
that.
off.
I didn't quite
I'm just
get.
telling you, they're clearly acting like Xbox owns them and they're part of their family.
To be honest, I've lost the plot a little bit here.
Right.
What were we talking? We were talking about
Diablo 4. We haven't seen gameplay for this in a while. I think it's needed, especially with everything Blizzard and Activision.
It looks really
Blizzard
pretty.
is
I will
going
say it
for.
looks good.
The game looks good. Diablo Immortals came out and it's been mired in controversy, and that's not what they need.
Sure.
They need Diablo 4 to be the best fucking game it could be. It looks good. I wasn't a big fan of Diablo 3, and I played that within the last year. Will I get Diablo 4? I think so. I don't know about you guys.
I think it looks good.
Honestly, it intrigued me at the very least. I can't say that I would definitely buy it, but
It's
it looks
it's a
cool.
multiplayer
Like
game?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an MMO, right? Is that not? Oh,
it's
it's
No.
not.
not. It's just it's a looter.
Oh,
It's
really?
a hack and slash looter.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why did I think it was an MMO? I just assumed that. I
No,
guess.
that's WoW. Yeah, Diablo is a top-down isometric hack and slash looter.
And it's technically like a story-driven game. Or no? Okay.
Yes, but no.
Okay.
So I would have assumed that, but Diablo's story apparently has never really been the highlight. It's there.
It's the gameplay.
It's the gameplay. It's
Sure.
the end game. It's looting.
Hanging
it's,
with your friends. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Hold on. My phone closed. Then we got Sea of Thieves season 7 trailer that is coming out in July. Again, I think we mentioned it earlier. More Sea of Thieves. Somebody's
Cool to
loving
see
that.
it keep going.
Somebody's
I will
loving
say that.
Yeah.
I think I love to see that it's successful.
We got 3 more indie titles and then the last big 3. So we have a reveal trailer for the following 3 games: Ravenlock, Cocoon, and Wulong Fallen Dynasty. I don't remember Ravenlock or Cocoon.
Cocoon was like,
Oh,
was
that was
just
when
like,
that thing was birthed out
Wulong's
of the
Ninja
vagina.
Theory.
Look at that.
Wulong's Ninja Theory.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
I remember. Cocoon looked cool. There's something about it that kind of
Again,
putting,
another
like,
kind
they're
of
putting like the
platform.
ball in the thing.
looked
Yeah.
tunicky
Yeah.
for some reason.
I
I
would
got
agree.
like Tunic vibes, and I don't remember
What was the other one?
Ravenlock.
Ravenlock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does it sound like
Why
I
is
just
it?
spoke
What
like
do you
a
not
different
know?
language?
Which one's that?
Because I don't remember that title.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of games. There's bound to be something we don't remember.
Yeah, but like I
No, but the
forgot,
way
like,
you said that
a
was
few
I
of
was-
them.
I
it's
just
kind of
spoke you-
almost like
I
you were
don't
like
even
they're
re-
bringing back Ravenlock.
I don't even remember seeing a bird.
I don't either. That's
I
so
don't
funny.
think there was a bird.
Oh wait, Ravenlock.
Yeah, now you remember.
Or
What else? What else
I'm
do we
get-
got?
So no, I think I'm thinking of
Wulong Fallen Dynasty.
Flintstone.
That was Koei
Neo-ish,
Tecmo, Team
yeah.
Ninja. We thought it was Neo 3, not Neo 3. Really looks like Neo though. Like,
It definitely
the
seems like
characters,
the
I'm
same.
like, oh, this is the character from
No, that
Neo.
that guy did look like him. I
Like
felt
from
like
Neo
but I don't know.
2. And
Again,
I'm
I
Well,
was
no,
like-
Neo 2, you make your own character.
I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
I feel
Yeah.
like from
Is there a
characters I've
guy
seen.
on the front cover though?
I
just feel like I
Probably.
remember. Maybe I'm racist
There's a-
and just all the Japanese people.
No,
look
Neo's
There's a,
like
there's a
Disney
guy on
style.
cover 1.
Okay, well maybe
Yeah,
that's
but he's
what I'm
he's
thinking
an
of.
English guy, blonde hair.
I gotta pay attention. All right, continue, Gooch.
So the last 3, Phil Spencer comes out on stage. I think, well, we just came off of Koei Tecmo, Japanese studio. Phil clearly like talks about how there is a love for JRPGs and Japanese games, and here at Xbox we want to act
Like, fulfill that.
we care about that too, which is great to hear. Xbox has never really been up in Japan. The Series X has sold better than the Xbox One there, so that's good. But we got a trailer with a collaboration from Atlas. Persona 3, 4, and 5 are coming to Xbox, and that's fucking huge.
No, that's big.
That is a really big deal. Not just for Persona 5, not just for Persona 4, but Persona 3. Mind you, these games, Persona 3 and 4 are not playable on PS4. I'm pretty sure 4 is definitely on PC. It got ported recently, but I don't think 3 was anywhere besides what originally came
No,
out.
I know.
Interesting.
I'm very curious if we're gonna see him like in a week on PlayStation Now.
Oh, what? Like, is it like to
Because
try,
like no, because maybe that it's just I'm just thinking here we're getting 3 and 4
maybe.
on new gen.
True.
I think it might make sense that they probably operate on another new gen type console.
No, I agree.
Were you going to say something, Trio?
No, I was just gonna ask. So Persona has been on PlayStation for a while. Some of them, anyways.
It's pretty, from what I understand, it's only been on PlayStation.
That's what I
and
thought.
PSP.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
Persona 4 Golden was like the Vita's like fucking like
And that's why this
child.
is
Well,
kind of
I'm-
a major deal.
dude, and
Right,
they-
Because they've been locked
They've
on
really
those
been locked
systems.
off. Yeah.
Persona 4 got ported to PC. That was a big deal. And
Sure.
again, it's not on PlayStation. So that again, Xbox with their older games, not really necessarily getting a backwards compatibility upgrade, but like, hey, older game, we're bringing it to Series X where you can play it.
And I wonder if it is easier. I know it is to a degree, obviously, because of the PlayStation 3's like architecture and weird stuff, but it must be easier to bring stuff to like the Xbox consoles than like a PlayStation 1. That has been the one thing with my PlayStation, and we beat this horse to death, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but is the way that the PS5 versus PS4 games are set up in the different versions. I was getting really confused when I was trying to like get my Ghost of Tsushima version up.
Did you download the wrong version?
Well, I thought I had downloaded the $20. The upgrade was confusing me. So it was I bought the $20 director's cut update. I wrongly assumed that was the PS5 update, but no, you had to buy that separate for $10 more. So then I got that.
See,
then I had both. It just. That's the only thing.
No. You didn't wrongly buy that. That's how you have to do it.
That is, I did. I was confused at first. I was like, wait, did I buy it the wrong way? But no, that's really the only thing.
The Ghost one's confusing. I've noticed that with other titles, it'll automatically download the PS5 version first.
Well, even like Spider-Man, it was weird. You can't find that remaster on the store.
No, it's not.
No, you have
to buy it through Miles Morales. I didn't realize
they announced
that
from like day one.
I did not. I didn't understand that.
Strange.
So, but you can apparently buy a physical copy of it.
You can?
Yeah, I've seen things on like Amazon. Like apparently you can buy like a PS5, but you can't like buy it digitally on there, except through Miles. Either way, that's my major critique with my PlayStation so far. But
and going off the Japanese collaboration,
our
boy Hideo Kojima himself. The rumors are true, folks. He is making a game in partnership with Xbox.
We don't know what it is.
No trailer. Just hey. Glad to be here. I'm making a game. It's far out. I'll talk to you later.
And guess what, Gooch? I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Yeah, that's fine. I love to know.
If you could have any Kojima, like what would you want out of this game?
Oh, I don't fucking
I would love to see him go back to a horror.
So is it Overdose
horror game
starring Margaret Qualley, and is it a horror game? I hope.
Yeah, I do too.
And is Norman Reedus a part of this and accidentally called it Death Stranding 2? Possibly.
Probably, yeah.
Possibly. I really don't think Death Stranding 2 is a thing. And I think Norman Reedus being a...
Well, and they could also just be kind of like spitballing it to each other behind, like, Hideo and him are having like conversations.
When that article blew up, I'm like, yo... Idiots. This is not the first time Norman Reedus has confirmed
said something like that
he's working
like
on Death Stranding 2. This is the second time he said that.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why it didn't become a headline the first time, but the second time you believe him. It's like I think he's just misspeaking.
No, yeah, he's just talking. He doesn't know.
He
exactly.
doesn't know what he's talking about. He knows he's involved with Kojima on another
and he knows
project.
he's working on a video game with him probably again, but he probably doesn't know the ins and outs nearly as much as he probably does like the film industry.
Did
they say Overdose was the rumored sequel to Death Stranding?
No, it's just I thought
it
was
just the next
IP.
his next title.
IP, yeah.
Yeah. So if it's starring Margaret Qualley, that'd be pretty cool.
I liked her a lot in Death Stranding.
Yeah, I think Mama and Lochner really shine in that. And again, she
I forgot she played two characters in that.
Yeah,
I do want to play Death Stranding again. So I will probably get the director's cut at some point.
You will.
But
I'll buy it for you.
I'll take it. No, that's fine.
Yeah, nothing much to say.
We got a Kojima game coming. Yeah, that's awesome.
We know what Kojima's doing next.
Yeah,
that's cool because we have he just
when did Death Stranding launch?
2019.
So he's probably been fully working on something then for maybe a year or two. At
this
point.
Game is
because obviously he had Death Stranding director's cut.
He was in the dark during COVID.
Yeah,
like the height of pandemic. This was it. No. Whatever this game is what he was.
What he was
clearly writing, but clearly not anywhere near showing, or he would have shown us.
Sure.
And then finally, the conversation we've all been waiting to have. We got a long, in-depth look at Starfield coming out in 2023. Todd Howard making his grand appearance, wearing matching jacket and shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, Tria, why don't you start us off, man? I feel like you're the most hype on Starfield from DNN. So
I mean, absolutely, dude. I've been waiting for another Bethesda RPG for. Jeez, what was the last one?
76.
It was 70,
right?
And I barely even played that. So it's basically been Skyrim for me.
Yeah,
it's really the last time.
And I just got Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I can't wait to jump in again.
Outer Worlds is like
Outer Worlds, true.
Baby.
That was somewhat.
It wasn't technically, but yeah.
I am so ready to dive into a brand new world that they've created. I think visually it looks stunning. The ideas that they're exploring and where we're going within this universe seems so interesting to me. The idea of Constellation and these different factions you're dealing with seems very Bethesda to me. What they're doing with character customization looks awesome. Their perk system looks like something that is much more akin to what we used to get and taking the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I'm blown away, and I'm hoping my expectations are met. And I love you, Todd. Thank you, Penza.
I think it looks awesome. What really stood out to me was, I mean, obviously it looks beautiful.
Sure.
But they said they have like over 100 different
systems, 1,000 different worlds.
And that was like what they ended with, and we were just like, what the fuck does
All
that
fully
even
explorable.
mean?
You can land anywhere on the planets.
I mean, it's very.
That's ambitious.
It is very. What's it called?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But it's like
More narrative. Obviously, of course. But
I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, just thinking like Fallout missions and stuff like that, and like where they send us in the different sides stuff. Like, say half of these worlds
are fun. Yeah.
No. Say half of them have like
Nothing on them.
and the other half have
Or just
people
environments.
and towns and like stuff to visit, not like sprawling cities.
Sure.
Which
we'll get a few of.
yes.
Sure. But
Like, dude,
Settlements.
half of them have like
Colonies.
a fucking,
And that was one thing I was really surprised on. And Trio was like, well, there was like concept art, but I'm like, yeah, well, concept art doesn't necessarily mean. I didn't say this, but
Sure.
in my head, I'm like, concept art doesn't necessarily mean anything. So it was really cool to see, like, apparently Constellation is the main faction you're going to be allied with. Maybe
seems
you go
like,
against them.
or at least one of them one of the major factions you can align with. It seems. But
Right. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, wow. Like, sprawling city here. And I was kind of impressed by that, because I guess I was thinking in the terms of Fallout, especially with like space exploration and everything being new and people
a
settling.
bit more barren.
Right. You would have your small settlements here and there, but you really wouldn't see these sprawling cities. So clearly I'm wrong with that, and I'm glad.
Sure.
Because I think getting away from Fallout's schema, in a way, I think is a good thing. I think obviously Bethesda's going to take everything they've learned from 76, Fallout 4, and Skyrim and incorporate it into this game to make the best game that they possibly can. And I really hope they push the limits of what they can do. Because if they do, and if they successfully achieve that, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be good.
Dude.
You know, and one of the things we commented on was the character customization. Trio talked about that, and it looks more Oblivion. It looks like we can really like create our own class and our background. And there was like a thing that's like you can be introverted. I'm like, oh, what is that effect?
What does that do?
Like,
Yeah.
What other stuff?
They
is
seem
there?
to be very much into the dialogue system again. Like we were saying, there's no voice. It seems they didn't.
Yes,
At least
that character did not talk once.
they didn't say that there isn't one, but
They did
not say that.
hope
There
they
was.
would.
we got a UI-less dialogue conversation, and it's what you would expect, but the characters do look
Amazing.
much different from. I feel like Fallout and Skyrim characters or Elder Scrolls characters have a somewhat similar feel.
Yeah, they
to them.
definitely do.
And I'm like, oh, thank God, it's different, it's new. I'm tired of. You know, there was something.
I
even
do
about
think
Fallout
Fallout 4 though looks just as good. In my opinion,
There's something
face-wise.
about it
Like, I
that-
think they look very real and very well done. And that too.
It's not that.
it's the facial expressions.
There's something about it that all the characters seem the same.
All right.
It's just a.
I didn't quite get that in Fallout 4, but I can see.
I
what
think
you
it's
mean.
like their lack of like
It's something.
they don't like have
Penza's picking up.
they don't
on
have
it.
like great facial expressions.
Maybe it is that.
Like they're all kind of like, and they
Still
all
to-
and they
Can't
all
we just
do
go
the-
back to the
They
Oblivion
all do the
faces?
classic.
we should.
They all do the classic.
Do they
turn.
not? But I don't think they do in that. I
No,
feel like in
when
that
they go
it's
like-
very much more.
Yeah, no, they do.
They
it's the way
they
they're
have
rigged.
them in there. Yeah, they just have them.
I don't know. I found it to be much
Or they all
more.
do the classic.
You know,
like,
it's- I
much
guess it's
more
like-
natural than that.
it's your-
but
it's
I'd
your-
have to replay it.
It's your Bethesda jank, and hey,
Sure.
let's hope Starfield gets away from that meme and but that meme that is a stereotype
But like
that is
when
just true.
I still do think this whole jank thing. I'm sorry. I know Bethesda games have jank in them, and I'm not going to speak to 76 because I never played that.
I mean,
really.
you have to, Trio. I think
But no,
you're
but-
actually doing a disservice by not counting that. You
Well,
need
no.
to count
I can't
that.
personally speak on that one. I guess that's what I'm
okay.
saying. I don't know, but
Yeah,
like
we
with
can't ignore what
Oblivion, with
76
Skyrim,
was.
with. I'm sorry. I never ran into a game-breaking bug that I couldn't fix very easily by loading a save.
Sure,
Immediately. And I'm sorry. Like when you're building a game that's as large as that, you will never get to the point where there's zero.
Think about
jank.
it like this: PC. I feel like Xbox seems to be like one of the best versions of the game. PlayStation's always been terrible.
Well, no, they seem to have. I remember them saying that they had legitimate issues with making stuff on their software. Like for some reason,
their engines. Everyone had problems.
Well,
and
I think it was something specifically with Bethesda's engine that really just didn't gel
it's the
well
same.
with it too.
Ubisoft always is known for having like a ton of bugs, but they're still great games.
That's the thing. I feel like once you get to a certain,
not all Ubisoft games.
once
but,
you get to a certain amount of things in a game, there's gonna, especially
statistically,
on launch,
there's gonna be
you're gonna run into stuff, but there is a level, of course. I think for me, absolutely.
They said there's 1,000 worlds here. There's no way they're gonna be able to check every single nook and cranny of every.
But do I think they should
world.
try? And do I think that they should do the best they can? Absolutely.
How do we know?
No,
But I don't think it's gonna be. I think this is. I'm not expecting this game to be buggy, but I'm expecting that. I kind of see like the what you call jank in the Bethesda games is almost like Bethesda's
part of their charm.
in a sense, you know.
I don't know. Like I get why
like the
76
ragdoll physics and stuff like that, you know.
I just felt like 76 really soured people for good reason, and I think there's some very legitimate criticisms to that game.
I think it's how the game was set up more than it's
Absolutely.
more than the bugs.
And I think I think everything bad with Bethesda came to a head with 76, and they're trying to cash in on a multiplayer games as a service game and a lot of other things.
Yeah, it was definitely a system.
Bethesda game studios themselves didn't want to work on this. It's really clear that they didn't. Todd didn't want to work on this, and I was watching a Mr. Matty Plays video. Shout out to him, great Xbox podcaster.
Absolutely, I love him too.
And
I watch him all the
creator.
time. Yeah.
He was talking about how apparently Todd Howard himself didn't really want anything to do with 76, and he really wanted to work on Starfield. So he himself distanced himself from the project, and I think that trickled down into his teams, and it was what he was saying.
Interesting.
Like that, like 76 just got divorced by the main people.
Well, that maybe that must have been ZeniMax. Then like that blows my mind that Todd would want to make that, but then not be part of it, or like be fine with it being made and not want to be part of it all. But that reads to me that that's like a company almost mandate. But still,
I don't know.
I find that there's like a retroactive thing that annoys me after 76, where people are like, Bethesda games were never good. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, they were.
When people say Skyrim is trash,
like
I think that is such a I'm gonna just
rewrite history.
No,
like
probably
basically,
not even that. But just
like an
I'm just gonna
hour
have this
Skyrim.
opinion to be different. It's like you're fucking wrong, dude. Sorry, like you just are.
And you can have opinions that are wrong. That's fine.
I say I have a lot of hot take-ish opinions. Like I'm one to fucking talk. But you saying like Skyrim is bad, you're fucking objectively wrong. You're fucking
just how much
wrong.
it changed the gaming industry.
Wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, there's no discussion
Absolutely.
around
Yeah.
it. You're fucking wrong. And like, does Bethesda have a lot to prove with this game? Fuck yeah, they do. Them and a few other studios are in this rock and a hard place where like, your last game was really bad. You really need to win back your audience and show them what you're capable of. And Starfield, you know, I think even with the ship and the
ship
combat,
customization.
but the ship
there's a
customization
ton.
and like just at the levels that you're going to be able to go into this game with exploration and all that stuff is, I think is to me looking like they're
doing
able
it. They
to
might be
achieve
able
it.
to do it again.
It's ambitious.
It is.
Ambitious as
And
hell.
listen,
And
I
that's why
think-
the game got delayed.
Ultimately,
You know?
hey man, maybe 76 being bad was a good thing in the way of it gave them a shot in the arm to want to try and prove something again and to really kind of take it to the,
Right.
for lack of a better term, take it to the moon and
like
show us what they can do again, because they are one of the pillars of the video game industry.
Yes, they are.
Rockstar, Bethesda. There's more that I can't think of off the top of my head, but they are, and they do need to come back and shine here, but. I would be heartbroken and incredibly surprised if they didn't hit the mark. But we'll see. It was amazing to see gameplay finally. Gentlemen, was there anything else on the Xbox Bethesda Showcase, Scooch?
No, I don't have anything else. My final thoughts. We said it at the beginning. I don't want to just repeat stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, we didn't. I guess we didn't talk. We didn't have that one reveal that we didn't know was going to be here that surprised everyone. I think that's what would have made this press conference probably edge over Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest showcase from this past Thursday.
I think it absolutely edges that out, just only because of
Starfield.
the Starfield, basically because of Starfield.
Yeah, but we knew
still.
Starfield was going to be there.
So it wasn't a reveal. Yeah.
This year is definitely It's going to be an interesting
Bit of a
holiday
wet
season.
fart.
Game of the Elden Ring is game of the year. We all know it. There's no contest.
Yeah, right now it's literally not.
literally
The
no
only
contest.
contest that was possible for me was
And I
Elder Scrolls,
and I do
or,
not
sorry.
believe God of War is coming out this year. I'll see it when I believe it, but I
the
November.
only
I
thing
believe
that's
that
making
I
me
think
November-
it's coming. I think it's moving into that the
it
Starfield
just seems
slot.
so weird that they are just so tightly holding on to the date. Like, you know what I mean? Like the exact date. I know we got that was leaked, right? That's not official. That November day, correct?
Apparently the date was November or still is.
No, it was September, and they moved it to November.
But there's not like
They
an
moved the Last
official
of Us
day,
remake.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
they
Okay.
moved the Last of Us remake into their
Sure.
slot,
Okay, yeah, yes.
which is
Penza's right.
9/9/22,
But I-
which makes you think, oh, they're gonna go.
But I
11,
don't
11,
believe
22.
that God of War date is November. I don't believe it.
The only reason that's making me it's like why not just delay it at this point? You know what I mean? Like why are they still holding on to it?
Maybe they
So
want
hard.
Maybe they want to give whatever they show next. Maybe they just want to give us a date.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't
And
it
I
just
don't really,
seems
you know
so
what?
odd.
I don't really care.
I don't understand it.
I just don't think it's coming this year.
No, that's fair.
And
That is the
I've
one.
said that
I know
last
I
year.
just said it before. I don't believe any dates, but right now I'm just so in between on. Just like,
Right, and that's why
I don't
why
know.
believe a fucking rumored leak date?
well, and it's
why
and on
believe
top.
that?
Well,
I
and
don't
it's
know.
on
I have
top
to
of them not having.
Talking about
Yeah.
it. We just had a state of play and it wasn't fucking there.
That
That was
is-
your time to talk about it.
Well, that would have been the time to give the date at the least.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
wasn't
Yeah.
They
there.
didn't talk about like any big first parties at that.
No, that's fine. But
No.
again,
Okay, so this is according to a report from Bloomberg, who cite multiple internal sources. The sequel will see a formal release date announcement this month.
Right, yeah, I
The,
forgot about that.
the report also says that the
But
game
why?
was originally planned for September but pushed to November. The September slot is now The Last of Us.
there's still supposedly rumors floating around too that, I mean, and this is as good as a Sasquatch rumor, but that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be revealed in holiday this year.
Holiday is wait. to
Like
come
it's
out in
no,
holiday?
no. Like
was gonna
it will
say.
get like the whole Game
Yeah, it'll
Informer
get that.
rollout and all that shit that they like to do. But
Penza, do you have anything else to say about gaming this year or the showcase?
No, there's gonna be a sneaky amount like we saw in the showcase. Sneaky amount in like September, October, November,
sure.
December. I think is gonna be better than we're thinking.
Sure.
A few titles like from the showcase were October.
I mean, if God of War comes out, and I know we're on Xbox, but just any game this year, I would take at this point for holiday season that I care.
You know
about.
what? I'm kind of okay with it. I need to catch up on some shit.
My backlogs.
If
I
I'm
finished
being
up
honest.
Control. That was my major. That was the big one in my backlog.
There's
that I wanna
always
finish.
games I need to play. So
I honestly don't even know what the next big title is.
No, I mean the Quarry just came out. We talked about that earlier. But I what did I pre-order?
Like big big title.
What pre-order? Oh, Gotham Knights is probably the next.
Oh, September?
I think it's October. But I have that pre-ordered, so that's coming out. But like Gotham Knights isn't gonna like fucking shake the foundation of the world.
It's funny. I haven't pre-ordered a game, and
Can't wait for the
I mean, I
TV
pre-ordered,
show.
like,
I got the collection.
a
Dude,
digital
I got
download.
the statue. You know,
Sure.
I could not let that.
of
one.
course.
That was a good session.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
I don't know where I'm gonna put that, but
Well, it was a great podcast. Thank you all so much for joining us live on twitch.tv/Delco Nerd Network. We very much appreciate you spending your time with us. You can find this podcast anywhere podcasts are found. Just search Delco Nerd Network. We are on all your social medias as well, at Delco Nerds on everything. We got a Facebook page. We got a Discord channel. We got an email address, delconerds@gmail.com, where you can email us your comments, questions, or concerns. We'd be happy to get back to you about them. All this information can be found on our website, DelcoNerdNetwork.com. For Gooch, for Penza, Ivan Trio, thanks for watching, guys. Stay nerdy, and we will see you next time.